Most people dream of earning passive income, money flowing in while you sleep, travel, or spend time with loved ones. But here's what almost nobody tells you. The truth about passive income is far less glamorous and far more powerful if you actually understand it. Today, I'll uncover what most gurus won't, because once you grasp how real passive income works, you'll be in a far better position to build lasting wealth. I'm Simon, and after losing everything in my first business, I rebuilt my wealth from scratch. Along the way, I discovered that most passive income advice floating around is either oversimplified, misleading, or downright fantasy. So let's set the record straight. Let's start with this. Passive income is not instant, it's not effortless, and it's certainly not risk-free. As entrepreneur Naval Ravikant wisely said, play long-term games with long-term people. Passive income is exactly that, a long-term game. But if you play it right, the rewards are extraordinary. The first big lie, that passive income is 100% passive. In reality, almost every passive income stream requires significant upfront effort, learning, and sometimes money. Think about it. Writing a book, creating an online course, building a dividend portfolio, or buying a rental property. They all take time, knowledge, and initial work. Here's what's fascinating though. While the effort is front-loaded, the payoff compounds. When I created my first small digital product, I spent weeks perfecting it, only to earn a trickle of income for months. But then something shifted. Reviews built trust, SEO kicked in, and sales steadily grew. That same product still generates income to this day, with zero extra effort. That's the real magic of passive income. It scales without demanding your time forever. Now here's another common misconception. Just buy dividend stocks and relax. Sounds good on paper. But let's be real. Unless you've invested hundreds of thousands, your dividend income will be modest. That's why building passive income is usually about stacking multiple small streams that eventually become significant. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die." But here's what he didn't say. Getting to that point takes time, strategy, and commitment. Let's look at some real-world, year-end examples. Say you invest in a reliable REIT, a real estate investment trust, that pays out monthly. You might earn a few $100s a year at first, not life-changing. But reinvest those dividends consistently, add to your position, and 5 years later that stream is 3, maybe 4 times bigger. That's the power of consistency. Now here's something powerful. Passive income doesn't always come from assets. It can come from systems. For instance, when I began consulting again after bankruptcy, I created templates and frameworks I could license. I built simple automations that delivered value repeatedly, without my ongoing input. Think about this. What if you could package your experience, knowledge, or creativity into something that works for you, even when you're not working? That's the truth most people miss. Passive income doesn't start with cash, it starts with leverage. And the best leverage you have, your time, your skills, and your ideas. But before you start building, there's one more myth we need to shatter. And it's a big one. I'll explain it next, and it just might save you years of wasted effort and frustration. The biggest myth of all? That once you set up a passive income stream, it'll run forever with zero maintenance. That's rarely true. Even the most hands-off systems need updates, customer service, reinvestment, or periodic tweaking. Rental properties need repairs. Online businesses need tech updates. Even dividend stocks need monitoring. Passive income isn't a set it and forget it fantasy. It's a build it once, manage it wisely reality. But here's what's truly fascinating. Passive income is less about perfection and more about compounding momentum. Let me share something personal. One of the most overlooked passive income streams I built came from licensing a short guide I wrote years ago. It wasn't a bestseller, it wasn't polished. It just solved a specific problem for a small audience. I licensed it to a few platforms, and to this day it brings in a small but steady income. Not glamorous, but reliable. And that brings me to a crucial mindset shift. Your goal isn't to create the perfect passive income stream. Your goal is to start small, test ideas, and let the best ones grow over time. Billionaire investor Peter Thiel famously asked, "What valuable company is nobody building?" You should ask yourself a similar question. What valuable asset could I quietly build without quitting my job, without massive investment, that could earn for me in the background? Now let's make this practical. If I were starting from scratch today, here's exactly what I'd do. First, pick one stream to focus on. Ideally one that aligns with your skills. For example, if you're good at writing, consider ebooks, templates, or blog monetization. If you're handy with video or audio, try YouTube automation or podcasting with affiliate income. If you're analytical, explore dividend investing or low-maintenance online stores. Second, create a 90-day roadmap. Week 1, research. Weeks 2 to 3, build. Weeks 4 to 8, launch and promote. Weeks 9 to 12, tweak and optimize. Small, focused sprints yield real progress. Third, reinvest profits back into growth. This is what separates hobbyists from builders. Every dollar earned early should either grow the system or fund the next income stream. Fourth, and this is big, track everything. What's working? What's scalable? What feels worth continuing? Passive income is a long game, and clarity is your compass. Here's one last powerful idea I wish I'd known earlier. The first $100 in passive income is the hardest, but also the most important. It proves the model works. It breaks your limiting beliefs. It gives you confidence. Everything changes, so don't chase overnight success. Build quiet streams. Focus on progress. Stack wins slowly. Your future wealth is built on what you quietly construct now. Let me leave you with this quote from Robert Kiyosaki, who said, "The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them." That's exactly what passive income is really about. Now I want to hear from you. Which part of this resonated most with you? Have you already started building passive income, or are you just getting started? Drop a comment below. I read every single one personally because your financial success genuinely matters to me.